Hey everybody, welcome back to The Progression, your host of MBE Entertainment, The Light Skin and Wonder. So again, this is a debate show where we interview beautiful women, both single and in a relationship, about provocative topics, which include but are not limited to dating, domestic violence issues, interracial dating, and so on. So we might actually come up to you and ask, should a woman ever pay on a date? We want to know. So pretty much all things that people are scared to ask or vocalize, we're going to talk about. Because in our segments, we want to know what goes on in a bad chick's mind. And in the end, we are going to decide who wins the debate. Because there always is a right or wrong answer. So I warned you, we might offend you. However, that is not our intention. But guess what? We probably will. Check us out. Welcome back to MBE Entertainment, guys. Your host, Dark Vengeance. And I'm joined today by the lovely co-host, Lex. How you doing today?
I'm good.
Okay, so today we're welcome to the round table. So we're pretty much bringing up some different questions. So we're going to go ahead and interview each other. We got a lot going on in the world and everything. So we're going to go ahead and attack it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Lex. Go ahead. What are we discussing today? Go ahead.
I'm going to be discussing relationships. I have a few questions for you on why men do certain things, and I'm sure you're going to ask me, why women do certain things. So we're going to be attacking that today.
Okay. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
All right. So question one. Do men really fall in love? Or is it just something that y'all like to say?
Do men really fall in love? Okay, so they definitely have a what they say is women give sex for love and men have sex to love. So that's like definitely a hint for you. Yes, we do fall in love, but the things that we got going on right now is like you guys I can't even talk, but you guys have, it's called the intimacy triangle. So a lot of relationships start off with intimacy. And intimacy is not just sex. Intimacy can be like you're clowning around with your dude. Your dude's clowning around with you. And then you also have romance, and then that's like the lovey-dovey, cuddling, the whole nine. That's like eros love. And then you have the physical love. A lot of us get caught up in the physical love. So if you're caught up on the physical, you only have one side of the triangle. This is why a lot of the times we'll have sex with you, we're feeling you for a couple of weeks, then after a while, it's a motherfucking rap. You know what I'm saying? Because we were just so attracted to you, you get what I'm trying to say, on that physical connection, that after that physical connection wears off, we're either going to have a baby with you or we might just leave your ass and stuff. And it just sucks. So some of us do, when you actually understand what love is, because love is not just a feeling, it's actually a decision.
Right, but I think a lot of the problem is that we don't take the time to understand each other's love languages because love means so many different things to so many different people.
Exactly. I totally agree. I mean, and would you like to break down what the love languages are to our audience? Because a lot of people don't even know what the love languages are. What are the love languages, Lex?
I don't know all of them, but I do know, it's certain people's love languages are, how they do things, how they move, and certain love languages is how they talk. Certain love languages, is it doesn't always have to be physical. And I think, like you said, we get stuck in the physical aspect of it, and they're like, well, because I don't feel it like this, and I guess it doesn't work out. It's like, no, you gotta take time. You gotta talk, and we're not having those talks. It's all about the physical now. It's all about, well, I like him, he with this, so I'm going to see where this goes, and vice versa. We got to take the time to stop. Just slow down and ask each other questions.
Okay, so that's one aspect is actually, it definitely is physical touch. Is there any other ones that you know of, like anywhere from, what else do we got? I'm going to draw the blank. Words of affirmation. You want to go ahead and break that one down? Anywhere from quality time, gift giving, as well as acts of service. You want to go ahead and break those down? You want me to go ahead and break them down?
You can break them down, and then I'll come in.
Acts of service is actually, this is a cornball dude that's actually giving little gifts to you, whatever. He's just like, he brings you your favorite soda, or he brings you your favorite napkin. Yeah, that cornball, your favorite gum and stuff. It's the small things that count or whatever. The reason why he's probably doing it is because he's broke. I'm not hating on it because I do that shit all the time because I've been broke for a long time. I'm messing with you.
Yeah.
third one is quality time. The quality time, it could be in person, it could actually be on the phone. It's totally up to you as well. Just depends how you like it. And then you have gift giving. Gift giving is like bigger gifts. It could be cars, houses. These are the subservient Atlanta dudes, I like to say, because they ain't got no game, so they actually showing everything they got. They're going to give you their whole checkbook or whatever. You get what I'm trying to say? Shout out to the Atlanta dudes. I mess with y'all. And then fifth would be, what did we say? We said you already talked about physical touch. Then we're talking about, where's the words of affirmation? What am I missing? What was the last one that we were talking about? Because we said physical touch, quality time, words of affirmation, access. No, I didn't say words of affirmation. Words of affirmation is the fifth one. This is when I'm your personal cheerleader. So Lex has a business. She's trying to be, not trying, she's a photographer. She's actually going out there, full steam ahead. She's doing what she's doing. And I'm working at the house for whatever reason. I'm not making it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm the dude. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what, baby, you can do it. I appreciate you. I'm giving you articles. I'm over there esteeming you like you the queen. You amazing. I got your back. So it's your personal cheerleader. Brothers is not weak to encourage your woman. It's not. Sisters is not weak to encourage your dude. That's real talk. I can't talk. Go ahead. Those are just those are actually the love language.
Yeah, but I think now a lot of women were doing those things, but they weren't receiving it. So now we're just like, well, damn, what's the point of me doing all this if you're just going to sit on the couch and take all my time? You're not even going to cheer for me? You like, I feel like that's the reason why a lot of relationships don't work anymore. No communication, there's no effort. None on either party. It could be either or.
I get it, but I mean, I think on both sides, you got men and you also got women or whatever, I think that they're in love with, I call it the plantation fusion. And what I mean by that is we over here still, unfortunately, on the plantation because we over here just trying to get in sex, and that's all we are. We're not caring about your mind on either side. You got a lot of people upstairs where ain't shit cracking. You know what I'm saying? They're not worried about degrees. We're worried about Instagram. We're not worried about, creating businesses. We're worried about video games. And then what we glorify, we don't go to church no more. We go to the strip club. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is you going to get that at the strip club? You get what I'm trying to say? Besides, and I'm not hating on the strip club because I ain't going to lie. I'm feeling strip club, but that can't be every motherfucking day. And that's what I'm saying, brothers. I'm not just on, consistent shit. What the fuck can you get on Instagram besides bread? And here they come. Oh, you coming at me for bread? I hear you. But at the same time, if you're getting your bread, I need you to get your bread mentally as well as physically. So you got a whole different culture of what's going on. So you guys are just mismatching each other. So once you get that sex in, guess what? After you have sex, is there anything to talk about? Nah. You guys can't even have the fucking Lion King conversation where you got people talk about, oh, where these stars come from? You can't even have that. And then now you got dudes in their feelings like Drake, and you got females that turn into dudes. They telling us to go to fuck home after we have sex. When did the game change? That's what I want to know. When the fuck did the game change?
Oh, it changed drastically. We learned quick.
Absolutely. You guys are absorbing. That's why I keep trying to tell my partners the women have evolved. You know what I'm saying? And brothers, I'm not saying that we behind, but at the same time, we're going to get left behind if we don't step it up. I got our back, but we got to step up. That's real talk. We have to step up. Once we step up, then we can get ourselves out of the equation, you know what I'm saying? And then you can actually know what you're dealing with. Because right now, too many sisters is blaming us, especially with this time that got going on, when we feel like we're on an island, because we on an island. We a target. That's real talk. We need y'all back. We need y'all to have our backs, but at the same time, we got to step it up to the level to give you something to have our backs, because our moms, our sisters, and our kids, that's great that they have our backs, but at the same time, you got, and we can definitely go and transition to that. This is where I think you got daddies going along. You got sisters, going over here dealing with white dudes because they think we ain't shit. And then you got brothers over here dealing with white girls because we think y'all ain't shit. And guess what? There's plenty of sisters that's about something, and there's plenty of brothers that's about something. But we got all these Carlton motherfuckers over here dealing with the white dudes. Y'all don't want no Carlton dude anyway. And then you got the sisters that's over here dealing with Zaddy. Guess what? Her family's talking about your ass for the most part. Not all, but sometimes she's talking about your ass because they don't want you. I'm not saying all white people are bad. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of it, the grass is not greener all the time on the other side.
It is not. It is not. It's mostly, like you said, it's not. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I don't really understand it, but like you said, we just got to come together, and we're not. And you know how great we would be if we would just all be on each other's side. Of course, you know, people are going to say, oh, with the black on black crime. It's always going to be that. People are people. But if we come together, it'll be so much better. Well, people wouldn't even know what to do.
They definitely would. I mean, it definitely would be. But I think at the same time, I think first off, I mean, like you said, you're not seeing it. I don't think all of this will ever come together because you got so many different groups. I mean, you got Black Lives Matter, then you got the Black Trans, and then you got the Black LGBT, and then you got the Black Revolutionary, and then you got the old Black Panther, the new Black Panther. You got Crips, Bloods.
But that's my thing, though. We can all coexist. That's all I want. We don't have to be kumbaya, but let's all coexist and not fight each other. Because if we would all come together and fight what we really need to be fighting, we would be out. We'd be straight. I promise.
Okay, so how do you definitely think that could come together? Because personally, I don't think as a whole generation, I don't think we can all come together. I know that there's certain groups that could come together because, again, me personally, what I'm starting to do is not every sister I meet is a bitch. I know y'all going to laugh and be like, are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. Like, I don't give a damn. You don't carry yourself respectfully. By me calling you a bitch, I'm not helping. You get what I'm trying to say? That's real talk. So that's something that I'm trying to do and even help my sisters that if I don't want to deal with you on that level, I'm still going to sit there and try to help you. So I'm trying on my part, but give us some reasons or give us some solutions. How can a Crip and a Blood come together with an average person? How can a trans come together, you know what I'm saying, with a person that's straight? Go ahead.
You know what it all boils down to? What it all boils down to is ego on both sides. Oh, I'm not going to do this because they said this. Like, we got to drop the ego and just actually hear each other out and form a common ground. That's all it takes. All it takes is for that, that one person to be like, you know what? Let's be adults about this. Let's talk this out. We don't have to be cool, like close and stuff like that, but let's just dead all this negative energy and come together and form what we need to form.
I hear you. I definitely hear it. I mean, I think, but what is our common goal? I mean, that's why I'm playing the advocate. Like, what is our common goal that actually brings us together? I know one thing that brings us together. Well, it should bring us together. We all black. I don't give a damn if you look like Prince, you know what I'm saying, or if you look like Kunta Kinte. Aren't we all black? But I think certain people, and this is real talk, and I'm calling them out, I don't think they black. That's real talk. I think, and it's weird because it's like, it's almost the darker they get, the less black they are. Wait, hold up, brother. I don't understand that. It don't make no sense. Now, I'm not saying all light skin and all biracial people think the same or whatever. They could try to probably pass, and they could too. You have it on that side too. So I don't want to sit there and hear that, light skinned people, this, and third. I'm coming for everybody. But again, the one thing, the common thing that should bring us together, I feel like brings us apart. And that's, I don't understand it. I don't understand why we have this plantation mentality where we still got the house niggas inside the house, but they not light skinned no more. They not even light no more. You got Samuel Jackson up in that motherfucker like in Django. That makes no sense.
Yeah. Taking us for people that don't even fucking like you, that don't care about you in the slightest. That if you needed something, they'd be like, oh, well, that's not my problem.
Absolutely. So that's what I'm saying. Do you got any other suggestions of where we can come together? Like, what else binds us? Like, what else, I mean, because I'm racking my head. That's what I'm saying. I'm racking my head.
I agree with you, the whole black thing. Yeah, we black in your head, but we not projecting it. Like, for me, when I see black women, I'm like, I got you. I love my black women, but there's a lot of women and men that just don't like themselves, therefore they don't like you. And I'm just like, what's the problem? What is the root problem of your hatred for yourself? Like, really? Because I encounter people like that all the time.
I think you definitely brought it up with the self-hatred because, I mean, I definitely, and I know a lot of people don't want to have that conversation of saying, I mean, how did slavery play a big part? A fucking huge part. That's real talk. I'm not trying to sit there and bypass it, but I think that we have to go beyond that. I think we have to go before that and actually understand that Matt Musa was like one of the richest men of all time, and he was black. 400 billion, y'all. Like, I think we have to understand who the Moors were. I think we have to understand our history to actually understand that we weren't just chucking and jiving and shit as rappers and fucking artists. I think that people have to understand we were philosophers. We weren't just entertainers. We were kings. We were queens. Like, we wrote hieroglyphics. I think we have to kind of get the appreciation of. We never knew.
You know what it is?
You know what I'm saying?
That too. We didn't know, but we also forgot that we created us as a whole group. We are amazing. We don't need, white people. And again, not trying to bash them. I'm understanding that not all white people are bad, but the majority of them are. And I think we got complacent with, well, since they let us in with them, we got to conform. No, we don't. We were great without them. Like you said, we were kings and queens without them. And we can still be that without them.
Absolutely. It got to start somewhere. It definitely got to start somewhere. I think we have to, like you were saying, definitely understanding our communities, respecting each other. I don't know about the elders. Elders are my shit list right now, to be honest with you. Not saying I don't respect them, but it's just like they're like on this whole we should overcome bullshit. They're on a whole different page. But I definitely think shout out to the millennials and the Generation Zs, which are, what do you call it? Skinny jeans. You feel what I'm saying? And crazy ass swag. Y'all out here representing. Y'all out here on a whole different level. Because again, I think that's one thing that I feel like the generation before you, which is Generation X, and even you have the other generation. I can't think of it. But anyways, the ones that were in the civil rights, they let you guys down, and it's just I think you guys have the ability to have that mentality. Like, you know what? Like, I think back to y'all mind, slavery didn't even exist. I don't even think y'all fucking acknowledge it. I love that shit about y'all. Y'all like, what? You know what I'm saying? That's real talk. Like, at the end of the day, we coming for what we want, and this is ours, and y'all got a lot of shit done. So, shout out to y'all. Like, that's bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all.
I am proud. I'm very proud of my generation for that. I am so proud of my generation for that, because for the longest time, I'm like, damn, so all we going to do is just repeat history and have babies? And I'm like, but then, this movement happened, and I've been seeing a lot of other people that I grew up with in school and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, I'm for it. I'm with it. People that I never even knew were even thought about being with the cause are. And I'm just like, I'm proud of them. I really am.
Absolutely. So transitioning kind of back into what we was talking about, do you think, like you were talking about earlier or whatever, do you think our women even care about our black men getting killed? Because to be honest, I'm not saying y'all don't be killed. I'm just saying, because shout out to Breonna Taylor, and we ain't forgot about you. Shout out my sister. We love you. That's real talk. We coming for justice. Real talk, do you think that sisters are getting killed not as a rapid rate, as unarmed from the police brutality, but do y'all even care? Because I'm seeing a lot of sisters still on Instagram not giving a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's another day. Yeah. Like, the fuck the pandemic and the revolution, I'm here to twerk. Like, is this where we at?
Right.
And why is that?
No. Like, I've been seeing that too, and I'm just like, are you serious? Or they'll see, something trending, and like, I'm going to post this for a day, not really knowing what it means. And I'm like, what are we doing? But like I said before, I think it's just the tiredness of, what am I helping you for? And this brings into the next question that I was going to ask you. Do men truly understand what it's like to be a black woman in this world?
You said, do men actually understand what it means to be a black woman in this world? Is that what you said?
Yes. Do you understand what it entails?
I like that. Some of us are starting to. I think it's more definitely an understanding that just an appreciation. I definitely think brothers, we need to definitely have more female friends. I know y'all like, what? Not smashing, like literally just platonic friendships, because I don't think we're understanding that outside of our sisters. And I'm talking about like our biological sisters and our moms, because there's a lot of women out here that's been touched, molested, and raped. And I know it's an uncomfortable conversation, but we got to have this. There's been a lot of females I've dated that have said that they've been raped before, we dated. And it's just like, this is definitely a problem. And I think it's not being talked about. It's being overlooked. And it's just like, I think we're getting a bad rep as brothers saying that we don't give a fuck. I'm not even going to say we don't give a fuck. We're not even having that conversation to the table. So if I don't have that conversation, then why are you bipolar? Why are you schizophrenic? And I'm not even talking realistic. I'm not even talking exactly. I'm actually talking about Why are you bugging the fuck out? Because she's been touched, she's been raped, she hasn't been protected. So I can see why you're asking that question, because you sitting there saying, what the fuck are we protecting? Why are we protecting you when you guys don't protect us? And I think you have two sets of victims. And I think until we start doing that, I don't think I'm going to understand the young lady. You can definitely shed more light that, you know, she got raped by her sex trafficker and then she killed that dude. It's like she fucking snapped. And like, I think we understand, like, oh, that's fucked up. But it's like, no, that's fucked up. Like, that was my sister.
It takes a toll on me.
Yeah. Because, I mean, she literally killed this dude. She was like, I wish your ass would. And it's just like you become somebody else. And I think, I don't think we'll totally understand that point, you know what I'm saying, because we're not women. But I think at the time we can have more compassion and more sympathy once we start respecting our friends, because it's definitely hard to respect a woman in a relationship when I don't have no practice. And it really is. And so it's like, I've tried that, because now I'm like, okay, I need to help my sisters. Like, what did they need? I can go out of my way. Like, do they need a person to, you know, vent to, and that they're not feeling like they're taken advantage of? Because I hear that all the time. Nah, niggas don't care. Nah. And it's just like, okay. And like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying we all don't. I think we do, but I just think a lot of it's misinformed information, or we're not just having we don't know.
Right. I agree. I agree with that a lot. It's also hard to talk about because, like you said, you don't really understand. So we feel like when we finally do get the floor, nobody actually cares. Like, you're only listening to get to a specific goal, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. And I think we feel like y'all treat us like white society. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I really do, because I think that. I mean, let's look at Father's Day. I'm gonna piss some people off. I could care fucking less. That's real talk. If y'all got something to say, call in. But for Father's Day, it's so underrepresented for fathers. I don't give a damn what race you are. Mother's Day are glorified, and I totally understand why mothers are glorified. I love my damn mom. That's real talk. I do. And I know there's a lot of fathers that have not been there for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know about you. Your father was there for you. My father was not. So I'm part of this whack-ass generation.
No. My father was not there for me. So I understand that wholeheartedly.
And I get that too, but at the same time, when how many of us have the next generation have kids and we're out here, you know, repping for our sons, and I get bullshit-ass texts that's saying, yeah, this goes out to the ladies who's being fathers too. No. Stay in your fucking lane. You know what I'm saying? Because
I mean, if y'all are not allowed to do that on Mother's Day, then mothers should not be able to do that on Father's Day.
Exactly.
It's just about respect.
We're creating this toxic-ass energy, this toxic-ass, you know, culture. And then, I mean, then you have icons and entertainers that go on TV and say, I didn't even need my father. Really, nigga? No, I'm not trying to hear that. Of course, we need our fathers are not bystanders or fucking, what do you call it, Play-Doh, where you can fucking throw that shit away. They are a necessity in the home, but I definitely think, you know, I mean, we can definitely go over society and, you know, and go through the different areas, because I don't think a lot of people know, like, what's going on, because they're like, oh, that's an excuse. No, that's a damn valid-ass excuse, because how many of us are in jail? How many of us are dying? And I get that you have some lame-ass dudes out here, you know what I'm saying, that ain't doing shit, but why are they doing shit? Because guess what? They probably didn't have no fucking dad, because their dad was probably locked up and fucking dead. That's real, and we don't talk about those conversations. Guys, we're only 60 years out of the civil rights. We don't fucking understand that. It hasn't been that long.
It has not been that long. Not in the slightest. Like, my great-grandmother was in the slavery and stuff like that. It had just ended for her, and we had just so-called had the right to, you know, be around other white folks, when really, not really. It's just, well, it's a law now, so I guess we'd have to abide by it. Like, it didn't happen that long ago. And she just died, I want to say, 4 years ago. She would have been 86. 86.
And exactly. And I think we definitely shout out to Huey Newton. I think Huey understood it, because Huey was going around to unemployment people. Huey was going to gangsters. Huey, I mean, it's like what you said. Like, you said, how can we come together? Because I think it's going to take those people that the unemployment, the gangsters, the one that they're going after, and then even even my strippers, even the prostitutes, having a conversation with them because these are all people. You know what I'm saying? And saying, look,
Right.
I'm going to need you to step it up, and I'm going to need you to be a part of your community and uplift this instead of making us go worse. Of course, unemployment person, they can get a job, but what are we doing with this economic wealth? What are we doing for each other? And again, outside the black community, I don't know if any of these races are having these problems. I don't think they are. I don't think Mexicans are beefing directly with Mexicans. I don't think Asians are directly beefing with Asians because of their skin color. And I don't know white folks don't like each other, but you don't know. Right.
No, just saying that's the thing. Like, a whole lot of Hispanic people, they come together. They're like, if they need help, like they say, you see them roll out a car, 20 deep because they roll together. They're unified and helping each other. And I'm just like, why can't we be like that? We can learn from these other ethnicities and cultures and stuff like that, especially when it comes to coming together.
I agree. I totally agree. I definitely agree, and I think it's one generation at a time. But I think we definitely. I'm not gonna say we got a head start, but we definitely started the race. Now let's see how far we can go. You know what I mean? And that kind of brings me to my next question. I think the questions that I got is more, how come so many women don't understand their man's, vision? And I mean, and the conversation that we had, is a follow-up question is how come women like Lord London don't expand their man's vision? Is it they don't understand it? Is it they don't? Is it they were riding with them because of their vision, but they were riding because that was their vision? And again, Lauren, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Come for me, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I would love you on the show because I really think Marathon needs to be up. You know what I'm saying? I think she can definitely do it. And I think it's not even about the clothing line. It's about the vision. It's about helping Brother Sam, which was his brother, you know what I'm saying, get it up because you got enough clout. And, Lauren, I know that I believe you're on that level. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to even hope and wish because I could be wrong. I could be like, that's just not the type of female you are. But how many females are riding with their dudes because of their vision? Where the hell's the Sister Betty's at? Where's the Claretta Scott Kings at? I mean, maybe I got to say Claretta because I don't know what Sister Betty did. Claretta created the church. She kept going. And I'm just like, where's the disconnect? Like, is it what we're saying, that they're just riding with the dude because of their vision and it wasn't theirs? Go ahead.
Right. Like I said, I love Lauren. I do. That's my boy right there. But I just feel like she should be doing so much more. And, I think I'll have to agree with you. It's just, a lot of women see their man's vision, but they don't know how he did it exactly. I feel like they were, the chemistry was there. She was understanding it as long as he was feeding it to her. And now that he's not there, I don't think she fully understands how to step in his shoes and continue to do what he was doing. Not the music, not the clothing line, what he was doing as a person to keep it going,
Okay, so, I mean, is it fair to say that, maybe in her situation and a lot of other situations that the woman's feelings is more important than the vision? Because, I mean, me personally, I'm going through that now. I mean, I've dealt with females that didn't work, whatever, they're for the cause or whatever. I got to GoFundMe up, and I definitely give y'all the GoFundMe after the thing. It ain't about me. I'm trying to get these people out of jail. There's protesting that's out here trying to make a difference, and they throwing away the key. You all ain't understanding. They putting us in jail, and they not what they're doing is they're not giving bails to these people that are in jail. So guess what? If that goes on your record, you can't get a fucking job. Guess what? And we don't have no black business. We don't own shit out here. So it's just like real talk. So you setting up for change so they're going to sit there and throw away the bail? Absolutely not. So we out here doing the GoFundMe. And that's real talk. But at the same time, I kind of got irritated because, again, they're going for the cause, and I'm encouraging you for the cause. I'm words of affirmation to you, but guess what? It ain't even about me. It's about your cause. But you can't help me, and that goes back to the division. Because that's what I'm saying. Are you riding with the cause because you dealt with me? Come on, y'all. Our feelings cannot be more important than the vision. And, again, I'm guilty of it, too. I told y'all. You know what I'm saying? In a couple of my podcasts, whatever, there was young ladies and stuff that I was dealing with, you know what I'm saying? And I had a relationship with their daughter or whatever, and I wanted to be there for the daughter. As soon as we stopped, I could give two cares, and I'm trying to evolve. But, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Is it on both sides where, the feelings, once those feelings are gone, you could give two shits about the cause or about what they got going on?
Yeah, like I think our biggest downfall is emotions. And like I'm guilty of it too. I get emotional. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna do this because I feel a certain way. It's like, no, you gotta take your emotions out of it. You gotta go. You gotta take your emotions out of it and do what you need to do to move forward. And I think that's the most crippling thing now in our society is that we let our emotions stop you from the most greatest things ever.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, we definitely got work to do. I appreciate you, Lex. I definitely do. You had a lot of great questions. Guys, again, your host, Dark Vengeance, MBE Entertainment. I want you guys to check in, and definitely we're eventually going to do a call-in show because, ladies, sisters, I'm calling y'all out. I want to know, is it about the vision or is it about your feelings for your dudes? Fellas, what's your vision? Because I got our backs, but guess what? They going to come for me if y'all ain't got no vision. They're going to be like, I'm not sitting here dealing with him because they ain't got no vision. So it's just like, fellas, what's y'all vision? I got our backs, but at the same time, I got our sisters' backs to a degree, too. I'm playing the advocate. I want us to succeed in everything that we're trying to do. Guys, Dark Vengeance, check us out at MBE Entertainment. Love y'all.